Most people believe respect comes from being liked, from being agreeable, from always being available. But here's the uncomfortable truth most people never realize until it's too late. The more you chase approval, the less respect you receive. Not sometimes, not eventually, consistently. And today, you're going to understand why. Not from motivation, not from domination tactics, but from a deeper principle, one that quietly controls how the world treats you. Stay with me. Welcome to Cortex Hub, the place where psychology, Stoic philosophy, and modern life intersect. This channel isn't about hype, it's about clarity. It's about mental strength that doesn't need noise. If you're here to build self-respect, emotional control, and unshakable inner discipline, make sure you like this video, subscribe to Cortex Hub, and share this with someone who keeps giving too much and receiving too little. Because what you're about to hear doesn't just change how people treat you, it changes how you move through the world. The lie we're all taught. From childhood, most of us are trained to believe one thing. If people like you, they'll respect you. So we learn to say yes even when we're exhausted, explain ourselves even when we own nothing, smile through discomfort, absorb small disrespect to keep the peace. At work, we take on extra tasks without complaint. In relationships, we ignore red flags and call it loyalty. Online, we defend ourselves to strangers who don't care. And at first, it feels like maturity, like kindness, like being the bigger person. But over time, something strange happens. People don't appreciate you more. They don't value you more. They expect more. They push more. They respect you less. Not because they're evil, but because of how human psychology works. Stoic truth. Respect is taught, not asked for. The Stoics understood something most modern people ignore. You teach people how to treat you by what you tolerate. Epictetus said this clearly. People don't respond to your words, they respond to your standards. Not what you say you deserve, what you allow to continue. Every time you accept disrespect without response, overextend without boundaries, apologize for having needs, you are teaching the world something about you. You are saying, without words, my limits are flexible, my comfort comes last, my time is available, and the world listens. Why explaining yourself destroys respect. One of the biggest respect killers in modern life is over-explaining. You think explaining makes you reasonable. You think it makes you fair. You think it makes people understand you. But here's the truth. People don't respect explanations. They respect alignment. When you over-explain, you look unsure. You invite negotiation. You signal insecurity. Marcus Aurelius warned against this when he wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." Not explain, not justify, be. Calm boundaries don't argue, they don't convince, they don't chase agreement. They simply exist. Modern life trains you to abandon yourself. Look at how modern life is designed. You reply instantly. You stay reachable, you stay polite, you stay agreeable. Your nervous system never rests. Late replies bother you, so you answer fast even when it costs you peace. Extra work feels unfair, but you accept it to avoid tension. Disrespect feels wrong, but you swallow it to avoid conflict. And slowly, invisibly, something happens. You become drained, resentful, invisible. Not because you're weak, but because you've been trained to abandon yourself. The moment everything shifts. Now imagine this. At work, you've always been the reliable one, always available, always accommodating. Then one day, you stop. You don't disappear, you don't rebel, you don't argue. You simply say, "I'll get back to you tomorrow." You stop apologizing for existing. You stop rushing to prove value. And here's the surprising part. Nothing explodes, but something shifts. People pause before asking. They respect your time. They listen more carefully. Not because you demanded respect, because you embodied it. Relationships, where self-respect is tested. In relationships, this principle becomes even clearer. When you chase, you lower your value. You train inconsistency. You reward neglect. But when you overgive, you attract takers. You normalize imbalance. But when you stop explaining your worth, when you stop chasing replies, when you walk away from repeated disrespect, something powerful happens. People either step up or step out. Both outcomes are victories because self-respect filters your life. Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Most people stay in draining relationships not from love, but from fear of loss. The Stoic chooses peace over attachment. This is not coldness. This is clarity. Let's be clear about something. Boundaries are not cruelty. Silence is not punishment. Distance is not manipulation. This isn't about being hard. It's about being clear. A Stoic boundary sounds like no, not today. This doesn't work for me. No anger, no justification, no emotional performance, just alignment. The Stoic rule that changes your entire life. Here is the rule that changes your entire life. Never betray yourself to keep someone comfortable. That means no forced smiles, no fake enthusiasm, no yes when your body says no. Your nervous system knows before your mind does. Self-respect begins when you listen. The mindset shift most people never make. Here's the final shift. Respect is not demanded, it is invited. When you respect your time, others feel it. When you respect your energy, people adjust. When you respect your values, the wrong people leave. And what remains is peace, quiet, stable, unshakable. This is the strength without noise. One action today. Don't overcomplicate this. Today, say no to one thing that drains you. No excuse, no guilt, no explanation. Just a calm, grounded no. That single moment teaches the world how to treat you. Remember this. You don't need to be louder. You don't need to be harder. You need to be solid. Self-respect is quiet, but its echo lasts forever. Stand still inside. Let the world adjust. This is the path of the Stoic. If this hit deep, comment respect and let it anchor you. Like this video, subscribe to Cortex Hub, and share this with someone who keeps giving too much and receiving too little. Because what you're about to hear doesn't just change how people treat you, it changes how you move through the world. Respect yourself. Everything else follows.